Y'all, it is hotter than a devil's booger out there. Like, it's supposed to be fall-ish. Well, not really. It's still August. But everybody's gearing up for fall. All the stores have their fall stuff out. Starbucks announced the return of their pumpkin spice. Thank you. So, but you can't tell it from feeling it. So, I have a Dollar Tree fall, and I use that term loosely. It's fall stuff, but haul and a life update. I am not dead, in case any of you were wondering or concerned. But life has been busy. And so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to just show you what I got from the Dollar Tree. And then, because I figure most people, that's all they're interested in. And then if you want to know what's been going on in my/our lives, then you can stick around for that. And I am sorry, my sinuses and allergies are angry, so my throat is been scratchy and I've been coughing, and so to me my voice sounds a little hoarse, but on camera it may be fine. I don't know yet. So I've been watching some fall decorating videos, and I've been really excited with what people have shown from the Dollar Tree. Seems like the Dollar Tree really stepped up their game, which, I mean, they went up on their prices, so. But, so I went to my closest Dollar Tree, and they sucked. They didn't have hardly anything at all. I think they only had like one thing that I've seen in any of the videos. But it got me away from the chaos for a little bit. I had to go down to the Food Smart because I needed a can of corn for the chicken I got going in the crock pot, and Dollar Tree just happens to be right next door to that. So I just told Matt that I was going to the Food Smart for some corn, and 2 hours later I come back. But I set myself a budget. I gave myself $20, and I said I'm not going over that. And I went over at 62 cents. I was disappointed in myself. It was the last minute suckers I got my kids. If I hadn't got those, I would have been golden. But anyway, golden, that was my maiden name. Squirrel. Anyway, so it was kind of twofold. One was I was going for like some fall stuff. And also, though, I wanted to look at getting some flowers for my dad's grave. I got some at Walmart back around June-ish, and they were very reasonably priced. But of course, you know, after a couple months they fade and they look gross. And so I went back to get more, and Walmart didn't have any more. And someone's like, "Oh, well, Walmart really only carries graveside flowers around I think it's Memorial Day," they said. And so I was like, okay, well, I can get them from somewhere else. Like, I don't know if that's something you purchase regularly, but like I could hear I can hear my daddy now, like, "Girl, let's buy a whole sack of chicken feed." You know, like, he would be mad if I spent that much money on flowers. So I just got like the little picks, and I thought, well, I might just try to do some like little bouquets myself. So that was the number one thing I was going for. So I'll just kind of show you what I got for that. And then if I get it done before I post this video, I might even include a picture of the finished project. But so I got, because we are coming up on fall, so I wanted kind of a fall theme. So I got some yellow sunflowers and these orangey sunflowers and these little deep red carnations, and then these burnt orange carnations. So I got those, and then to go along with that, I got some of these little picks to go stick down in there, and then I got a bow to go around the little part that sticks down in the ground. Excuse me. And then I wasn't sure if if this would be like the little zip tie things that it comes with would be long enough. So I also got some of this. So I may have to like actually like hot glue or staple this to that and then actually tie this around the stick thing. So I'm gonna try that for my dad's grave flowers. I keep wanting to say funeral flowers, but they're not funeral flowers because his funeral was a year ago. Like they're the flowers that go, you know, next to the headstone. And then this is what sent me over budget. My children love these every time we go to Lowe's, which is a lot. Still working on our house, so we're always in Lowe's. They always beg for these, and at Lowe's they're like $1 something. Like they're more than a dollar. They used to be like 99 cents and now they're like $1.09. But Dollar Tree has them 2 for $1. So I got each of them 1. So, and then the kids are always begging to do arts and crafts, and I don't do it with them like I should. And so, and life is chaotic now, so we haven't been doing it. But I saw these, and my little girl, Amity, she's obsessed with rocks. I don't know what it is about rocks, but she's obsessed with rocks. And the camera's bugging me because there's like that much space above my head, but I don't have my tripod with me. It's still packed up, which I don't know why, but it is. And, well, I mean, it's packed up because I packed it, but I don't know why I packed it. So you're like setting on just boxes, and so I can't adjust it to where I'm more centered. So that's bugging me. But anyway, but I saw these. So I got one that says grateful and blessed, and then I got one that says give thanks. So I figure she can paint one and Matson can paint one. And then I was wanting like a little hang up thing. And well, actually I was wanting a lot of the stuff I had seen in other people's videos, but they didn't have it. But I was looking at some of their like little hang up signs, and they had some really cute ones, but like, and I understand it's the Dollar Tree and you get what you pay for, but like the words were crooked, or part of a word was peeling off, or a piece was broken off, like, so, and that would bug me. I mean, and I get it, it's $1.25 at the end of the season. You can leave it up for 2 or 3 months and throw it away and not even feel bad about it. But to me, it would bug me more than I would get enjoyment out of it. So I figured to kind of do arts and crafts with my children. I got them the rocks. So I went ahead and got this pumpkin, just this plain wooden little pumpkin hanger, which I don't like this part. So I'm probably going to cut this part off. And then I got some paint. So I got the brown and the, what is this, deep yellow. So I didn't like the really bright orange they had, and some paint brushes. And so my plan is to cut this off to paint it. The extra little bow I have, probably glue or staple it, and then use some of this, what I have of this, to make the little hanging. And I'm debating like putting our last name across it, like Mod Podging, cutting our last name out of like pattern paper, scrapbook paper, and Mod Podging it, or just like a C or what. I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna put anything on it or if I'll just leave it blank, but basically just something. I'm so sorry. Something to do crafts with the kids while they paint their thing. I can paint this, and then once it's painted, I don't know, I may just leave it blank and just hang it somewhere on some door. And then the one thing I went after that they have, the one thing that I went after that they actually had, well, that's not true. I went after several things and they did not have them. This was the only thing they had. And they only had like 3 of them left, and 2 of them were in really bad shape, was these little leather pumpkin clips. And most people are taking these and like just pulling it. This little thing is like barely hanging on, pulling it out, and then like you can like put it in a bowl or glue it onto something else, or just like really cute things. We were watching, when I say we, me and my daughter, we were watching a fall decorating thing, and someone had these and they were doing that. And of course they had a different color. They had, I think it was pink, and which is her favorite color. And so she had to fit over them. But she was, me and her were thinking at the same, I was thinking it. And as I was thinking it, she actually said, she's like, don't those go in your hair? Because they're little clips. And so I was like, that would be really cute to do her hair. I don't know about my hair, but her hair's still kind of thin. But of course, I'm going to have to hot glue this or it will fall off. But actually, like for Thanksgiving and Harvest Fest and all that, do her hair up in like a really, like a high bun, and then like stick these little pumpkins in there. I wish they would have had a different color because her hair is kind of dark. So, like I was kind of hoping they'd have like a burnt orange or burnt something that would stand out a little bit more. But like I said, they only had, and the other ones, like the leather, the faux leather was really cracked and peeling, and then one of the other ones, like the stems was coming off, and they were just in bad shape. So anyway, so it comes in a 3-pack, so I got that for her. And I was tempted to get some other things, but I'm really proud of myself because I didn't, because there were some things there that I liked, but nothing that I just absolutely loved and thought, if I don't get that, I'm going to regret it. Because with us moving and significantly downsizing, we have gotten rid of so much stuff, and we are still going to have to get rid of so much stuff because we just don't have room for it. And so I'm trying to adopt the mentality of not bringing things into my house unless I really love those things. Like not bringing things inside my house just to have things inside my house, if that makes sense. So anyway, on to, I guess, kind of a life update for those who are interested. So, for a while we were living with my grandparents, and it worked out for a little bit. My grandfather is amazing. If I could, I would put him in my pocket and carry him around with me everywhere. He loved having us there, loved having the kids there. But my grandmother, she has dementia, and it's getting worse, and she started getting mean. I guess, just to put it bluntly, especially with the children. And it just hit a point where it was too stressful, because it was stressful on me because I have 3 kids and little kids, and constantly trying to have them to be quiet and, to make yourself seen and heard as little as possible, because she would get real frustrated and flustered and lash out, and not physically, but like, just hateful, and like if they had a toy that she felt was making too much racket, she would just get up and just take it away from them and go hide it, and then not have any memory of doing that, and then their feelings would be hurt and they wouldn't want anything to do with her. And an hour later, she would try to hug them or whatever, and they didn't want anything to do with her, and she didn't understand why, because she didn't remember, taking their stuff away and making them mad. So we have currently been staying in a camper, and a family of 5 in a camper, and it's more peaceful than staying there, because like I said, it was getting very stressful and getting to be quite a mental load on all of us. trying to, you know, deal with that because, and it was other things too. Like, she would get upset if someone was doing dishes because she felt like that was her house and we were guests, and so we weren't supposed to do the dishes. But then she was putting dishes away dirty, or she would run a sink full of water and leave it, yeah, for 2 or 3 days and it was just, so you literally had to sneak around to try to clean up. And so and it just, she's just getting bad, you know. And my kids didn't understand. They didn't understand that she's sick, you know, that her mind's sick, that, you know, they just see her as, because it's hard to explain that, especially to children as young as mine. I mean, Matson gets it, Amity kinda, but I mean, the baby, he doesn't know. And he was getting to where he didn't want anything to do with her. Like, she would walk into her room and he would leave, you know. And then her feelings were hurt. So I'm very thankful that we had the camper to fall back on. So we've been living in the camper. Our house still likes a lot being done, but we are about, because we can't stay here during the winter, and I'm just to put it bluntly, I'm about to lose my mind. We are about to just move in. Like, we're doing a few more things to make it safe, you know, for the kids, especially the baby, because I would never forgive myself if one of them got hurt. But like, the finishing touches, that when we first started out, I wanted everything to be done, everything to be painted, all the trim to be up. I just wanted everything to be done before we moved in, because I was afraid when we moved in, we wouldn't finish those things. And now I'm like, I just want to get out of here because I'm losing my mind. There's no routine. There's no space. We're all on top of each other. And it's very easy for nerves to be shot and other people to get on other people's nerves. So we are currently in the process of cleaning up the mess we've made with the remodels that we have done, so that we can, if nothing else, we're going to move in some mattresses and just camp out on the floor. But we've gotten a lot done. I really need to do an update video. Like, the cabinets are in, the countertops are in, the kitchen sink is in, all the windows have been replaced. We've gotten one door. We need to get another door, because that is another safe thing for me, is a stable door that will lock. You know, we have running water, the bathtub works. So we have a stove. We don't have our refrigerator, and we're actually debating whether to bring down our big side-by-side or to just go get, I don't know what they call them, but just the single where the freezer's on top and the fridge is on the bottom, because we have a deep freeze that we're like, well, you know, it might be better to just do a smaller refrigerator in the deep freeze. So that's still, we're still going over that in our mind. So I will try to get an updated video on that posted soon. And then we really didn't expect it to take this long once we moved down here, but the Lord has blessed the business that my husband went into with my grandfather. They are covered up. They are snowed under. There is more work than they can do. It is a wonderful, blessed problem, and I use that term lightly, problem to have. Too much business, but it leaves very little time for, like, remodeling a house, so that your wife doesn't lose her mind. And So then on top of that, when we moved down here, we were visiting some churches trying to find, because church, I mean, our faith is our foundation. And so we were visiting all kinds, well, I don't say all kinds, we were just visiting different churches in different areas, and we would find a church that we really liked, and we were like, well, we're going to go, that this is where we're going to go, and we would pray about it, and there just was no peace, there was no release, there was no feeling of, this is where we are going to go to church. Like, it just, nothing felt quite right, and it was getting very frustrating spiritually, because we both grew up in a church, and we were there from birth until we grew up and moved. And then when we got married, well, actually, I started going to a church before I even met Matt. And when I moved here moved out of town to go to college, and then when we got together, he started going to church with me, and that's where we were for, well, I was there for 12 years, 18 years, from birth to 18, and then from 18 till for another 12 years. So we needed a place to plant our roots and grow spiritually. And but we just, everywhere we went, it was just, there was not any peace, there was not any release, and it was getting very spiritually frustrating. And some things happened, I won't go into the details, but through the process of the Lord directing our steps, my husband was actually appointed pastor of the church my grandparents attend. That is not the reason we moved down here. Well, we were not aware that that was one of the big reasons we moved down here. The Lord does work in mysterious ways. I mean, but and that was not a decision taken lightly, at all. In fact, when it was first brought up, he very much was against the idea. He was like, that's not why I'm here. That's not me. I'm not pastor. But things change. He was the prayer, a lot of prayer and a lot of soul searching. He did take the position. So between pastoring the church, and it's a small church, like it's some small, very country church on the outskirts of town. My son, bless his heart, he tells people it's a hillbilly church, and he's told the people there that go there that it's hillbilly, and they laugh, and they're like, you're right, we are just like a country church, just country, down to earth people. But it's been an experience, like not a bad experience. It's just something that we didn't ever see ourselves doing, being in that kind of position, and now we are. And I've tried to pick up, because there was the only music for worship that was there was one of the elders. He calls it beat on a guitar. And so I've taken up trying to learn a few songs on the keyboard and teaching Sunday school, but between the business booming, for lack of a better word, the church and the new responsibilities and the many responsibilities that come with that, there has just not been a lot of time for working on the house like we thought we would have time to work on the house, and even even less time for things like YouTube videos and crafting. Like, I hardly Like, I mean, and it hurts my heart because I love to craft. I love to stamp and make cards and stuff like that. And I've not had time for things like that. And it's just, but you know, it's trusting the process. We are in a season of our life that is a process. You know, school, I mean, I'll admit it, you know, schools, we're struggling with homeschooling because we don't have space and we don't have a good routine. Everything's just up in the air right now. But the Lord is good, and the Lord has provided everything we've needed. And we are very, very blessed. I still struggle with losing my dad. You know, that is one thing, is that I really wish my dad was here. To take part in all this, I guess, you know, but I know that he's in a better place, and I know that even if given the opportunity to come back, he wouldn't do it, you know, and I wouldn't ask him to. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you made it through the end, I very much appreciate it. And hopefully before long, I'll be able to post more videos, make more videos. Even if no one watches them, I enjoy making them. I enjoy being able to go back years later and see where I was and be like, I completely forgot about that time in my life. But anyway, I will talk to y'all later. Bye.